Three challengers.
Number 1, what is your name?
My name is Pamela Zoolalian, and I'm fast on my back.
Number 2, what is your name?
My name is Pamela Zoolalian, and I'm fast on my back.
Number 3, what is your name?
My name is Pamela Zoolalian, and I'm fast on my back.
Only one is the real Pamela Zoolalian and has sworn to tell the truth.
All right, we'll be right back to find out which one is the real Pamela Zoolalian and what she means by being fast on her back right here on To Tell the Truth.
Closed captioning is sponsored in part by...
Welcome back to Tell the Truth. Panel and audience, you know the way the game is played. Our three ladies here all claim to be the real Pamela Zoolalian. Two are lying, and only one has signed a statement swearing to tell the truth, so please open up your affidavits that you have right in front of you. Follow along with me as I read the sworn testimony of the real Pamela Zoolalian. I, Pamela Zoolalian, am a speedster with style. As a world record-holding land loser, I make my mark speeding down city streets on my back a half-inch off the ground. I got started several years ago, coasting through the suburbs with a homemade board. Looking for a little competition, I slid to the pros, rolling through events around the world, including the X and the Gravity Games. While I make my living designing surfwear, it's my need for speed that has given me a real ride. The road in this predominantly male sport has been bumpy, but nothing gives me greater satisfaction than to cruise past my opponents, reminding them that they've just been spanked by a chick. Signed, Pamela Zoolalian. All right. Panel and audience, our three ladies all claim to be the real Lady Landloser. Which one is it? We start with Meshach Taylor.
Thank you, John. Number 1, where are you from?
I am from San Diego.
And number 2?
Pasadena.
Number 3, where did the luge originate?
Lots of theories. Most people say on the West Coast, Oregon.
Okay. But number 3, what kind of wheels are you using on this luge?
They're like skateboard wheels, but they're bonded tighter.
Okay, number 2, what millimeter wheels do you use on your board?
It depends.
And what does that depend on, darling?
It would depend on the type of course that we ride.
Number 1, what millimeter wheels do you use?
All right. Endearing himself to number 2 with the use of the word darling. I heard it right here.
I got
Paula,
a little
on to
southern
you.
on her right there.
Something almost country western came out of him right then.
Thank you very much.
Number 1. Where would you lose if not on land? Lady?
Well, the whole point of the sport is to go downhill fast.
Uh-huh.
So,
Well, that would be on land, would it not? All right, let me ask you this. Number 2, you design surfwear. Mm-hmm. How often does the world need another surfing outfit?
As often as a person thinks they need another outfit.
I see. Who do you design it for?
I designed for a company called 11.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, how do you be a pro land loser?
To be a pro land loser, you start with smaller races, and then you build up until you can do the professional circuit.
Number 1, where do you find the land luge races?
well, I get invited to them based on my competitions and my place.
But the first time ever, you were invited?
All right. Paula, you are particularly loquacious in the area of Lady Landlosers, I might say.
Yes.
Brian, on to you.
Number 3, where were the first X Games held?
The first X Games, I think they were held in California, in San Diego.
And number 1, same question?
They were held in San Francisco.
San Francisco, okay. Number 2, so you compete against men, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
And who is the top male competitor in your field?
Gosh, that's hard to say. I mean, the field is so good right now, it kind of switches around.
You should be a politician, number 2. Number one, when did you start doing this?
About 4 years ago.
And number 1, also, you got bored with, rollerblading or something, or how did you?
Yeah, actually, my boyfriend was on these hills, and he just dared me one day, and I kind of beat him, so I got into it.
Okay. Number 3, what was the time of your record?
All right, on to Molly Colbert.
Number 2, what was the time of your record?
It was 65.64 miles an hour.
Wow. How far did you go? How far is the course?
Actually, I don't even know. I think it was about a half a mile.
Number 3, do you have brothers?
I have one brother.
Older, younger?
Younger.
Younger. Number 2, do you have brothers?
I do.
Number 3, you design surfwear?
Yeah.
Do you surf?
No, I don't. But the outfits I design are like surf-inspired clothes, extreme-inspired clothes.
Okay, number 2, do you surf?
Yes, I do.
Well, the sound of time is up, and it's time now for our celebrity panel to lock in their votes without discussion. Is it number 1, number 2, or number 3? And at this time, we'll ask our studio audience here to cast their votes as well. We're going to be right back, and we're going to find out how everybody voted and who the real Lady Land Loser is right here on To Tell the Truth. Welcome back to Tell the Truth. One of our challengers is the real Lady Land Loser, Pamela Zoolalian. Now, my tongue has never worked so hard, and no, never mind any of that. We're going to pay $1,000 for every incorrect vote. Meshach Taylor, we begin with you. For whom did you vote?
Well, thank you, John. All of them had a lot of really good information. Number 1 and number 2 have on some beautiful leathers that are made by the same people who made my motorcycle leathers. So I don't think it was them. And it kind of puts it on number 3, and that's who I voted for. And here she is, like, coming down on that luge.
Ah, the luge, all right. As always, we appreciate the hard work. Paula, on to you. For whom did you vote?
Man, I don't have a clue, and I probably should have used some Walton's questions on this one.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of times that's the only way to get to the bottom of these things. I'm going to say that the Lady Land Loser, was number 1.
On to Brian Cranston.
Well, it's deduced this way. I think it was the X Games were originally in Rhode Island. I think that's, and it was San Diego and San Francisco from number 3 and number 1, so I voted for number 2.
Okay, down the list. Molly?
I gotta tell you, I don't know. I'm wondering about designing surfwear if you don't surf. That's what I was thinking. And for some reason, I didn't think number 1. And I think that's the haircut I would want if I was going to be in a helmet all the time. I think that's
all right. Very
Easy to
interesting.
fix.
Going in and out of it,
Yeah,
absolutely.
easy to fix.
Otherwise, you end up with really bad hair, and boy, do I know what that's like. Well, there are days when some of my hair looks lousy. Anyway. Time now to find out what our audience thought. Oh, also closely contested. Number 2 gets the nod with 37%. Time now to find out which one of our players is the real Lady Land Loser. Will the real Pamela Zoolalian please stand up? When all is said and done, it always comes down to the hair, doesn't it? Pamela, we'll come back to you in just a minute. Let's meet our team of imposters. Number 1, you got a single vote. You did a very nice job. Who are you and what do you do?
My name is Marilyn Ann Abear, and I'm a spokesmodel.
Thank you very much for being with us. You did a good job. And down on the end, number 3, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Kim Wheeler, and I'm a receptionist.
Nice to meet you. Thank you both for being with us. Pamela, this, obviously, as we waltzed up and down our panel here, it's not
These
a sport
are Lady Land Loser liars.
Is it not a sport that a lot of people know about? Is it becoming increasingly popular?
It really has been since the X Games began. God, I think it was about 7 years ago. A lot more people have gotten involved in the sport. We have, a lot more organizations internationally that are putting on events for us throughout the world, which is awesome. I mean, we're having a blast doing this.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. We have 2 incorrect votes. Our team of challengers will be splitting $2,000. We come to the end of another show. I thank my wonderful celebrity panel, Meshach Taylor, Paula Poundstone, Brian Cranston, and the lovely Molly Culver. John O'Hurley here saying I'll see you next time right here on To Tell the Truth.